It's time 10:09. We are experiencing some difficulties with Ludlow Porch. We are working on those, and as soon as they are completed, we will join Ludlow, already in progress.
The Star-Spangled Banner.
So they got one of the high school kids to do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it didn't work as well if you'd been doing it. Is that what you said?
Well, yeah, I think you kind of putting words in my mouth there.
Okay, I'll hush then, because
well, I appreciate that.
I don't want to drag you in. I mean, just the mere fact that they've chosen to ignore a loyal employee and go with a high school kid, none of my business.
Well, no, he did a great job.
Okay, good.
Yeah. So you're going to get me all choked up here.
Yeah.
And I know you don't want to do that.
Well, I'd really like to know what you think.
No, he did a terrific job.
Okay.
Maybe next year, maybe I'll try to get into it.
All right.
Or something.
All right. He gonna graduate?
Yes, sir. He sure is. He graduates this year.
That's good.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, listen, thank you for accepting my call today.
Well, you're more than welcome. I do this for a living.
Have a great day.
Get you a box of Kleenex and sit close to it.
Okay, gotcha.
We'll find you a remedy. You take care of yourself.
Okay, bye.
Okay, buddy. Bye-bye. 1-800-572-8255 is our number. My friend is on the line, Big Hugh from Gadsden, Alabama. What do you say, Hugh?
Top of the morning, and we're so glad to hear your articulate voice.
Well, bless your heart. Thank you.
Playing, coming all across the airways of Dixie. We just all's right now. We're Ludlow's back.
That's right. Through the sunshine. How you doing?
And you brought the sunshine with you. I never did get my case of scotch, and I was wondering, did you send it COD or?
No. I may have had the zip code wrong. I'll have to double check.
You think it maybe any day now?
I would say get the straw ready.
Well, no, because I've got a case of ice, a bunch of ice, in my freezer.
Yeah.
And a bunch of distilled water, and I keep watching, for that UPS truck out front.
Well, just keep the faith.
All right. I'm glad you're back safely.
All right, buddy. We had a great time. Wish you'd been with us.
I wish I had. Maybe next time I can go.
Hope so. You take care of yourself.
Okay, buddy.
Talk to you soon. 1-800-572-8255. We'll be right back. Fun Seekers, there's going to come a time when you've just got to have some good Southern cooking. When that happens to you, you think about the Blue Willow Inn in beautiful Social Circle, Georgia. Cooking the way you remember. 4 or 5 kind of meats every day. 8 or 10 vegetables every day. It is wonderful, and it's the way your mama tried her best to fix them. The Blue Willow Inn. It'll be an occasion, I promise you. You stop by. Where are they? They're in Social Circle, Georgia. Where else?
Breathe some life back into your kitchen or bath with Bell Harbor Company. The experienced designers at Bell Harbor Company can help plan your complete kitchen and bathroom remodeling, from floor to ceiling. Decorative cabinets, beautiful countertops, colorful wall coverings, and floorings that will last a lifetime. Bell Harbor Company makes your dreams come true. For a free in-home kitchen or bathroom design estimate, call Bell Harbor Company at 769-6427, your complete kitchen and bathroom remodeler.
Introducing the Stars Movie Channel theme song. Like the song says, Stars show...
WRFC. All right, 1-800-572-8255. Denny, is that song you were telling me about? The first jazz record ever cut? That's it. That's it. That's hard to believe, isn't it? We've got it right here. I'm being serious now. That's allegedly the first jazz record ever cut. All right, listen, watching something last night, really, I have become kind of hooked on biography on television. That's about as well done a thing as you ever see on television. They did a 2-hour thing last night, a 2-hour biography on A&H about Charlie Chaplin. Now, I've never been a Chaplin fan, All that was before my time. I've never been a silent movie fan at all. But I was riveted by this thing last night because they took him right on through his heyday and right on up until the time of his death. And did you realize that he was still making silent movies in the early 40s? Right. Quite an interesting guy. Probably a guy I couldn't have been friends with, but an interesting man and a great talent, no matter whether you enjoyed him or not. He's a part of an Englishman who's a great part of our history. Our number 1-800-572-8255, Statesboro, Georgia, and Gale on the radio. Hello, Gale.
Ludlow, how you doing?
I'm doing good, my man. You all right?
Yeah, I was just thinking about what Radio Ray was asking for. Don't you know he's going to get into big trouble when he asks for home remedies?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Remember the guy who asked for a home remedy for chapped lips?
Oh, yeah.
You remember what the cure was?
Yeah, I do. Well,
He didn't cure it, but it kept him from licking them anyway.
The alleged cure. Well,
I just wanted to ask you about the fellow, that called in earlier with Ted Turner's book about overpopulation and famine. I work with farmers, and if you ask the farmers what everything's selling for, it's about as cheap as it's ever been. Soybeans and corn and wheat. And the problem, I don't think, has ever been overpopulation. It's just been a problem with allocation of what we do have. And if you think about really the world's resources, we have plenty of resources to feed a lot more people. It's generally in countries that have real dictatorships or communism where people seem to be starving. It's not so much food not being available, but just that they are so oppressed that they don't have anything.
And we hear about sending shiploads of food that they won't get distributed. It stays on the dock, and I think you've hit the nail on the head here. I think that's a big part of it. The dictators and the warlords around the world and the political gangsters, who the only thing they're interested in is lining their own pockets and not interested in feeding their population.
I thought it was strange that Ted Turner would write the book when his wife, of course, she may have changed her views, but used to espouse socialism and communism. And you look at every communist government has always been people that were oppressed and underfed. But I just don't think that's something we need to worry about as far as overpopulation. I think we have plenty of resources left, and the farmers will tell you they can produce a lot more than what they are now if they can pay for it.
Let me clear up one point. That Ted Turner didn't write the book. They just quoted him in the book.
Oh, okay.
But the question now address itself, and we should try to help wherever we can within our resources. But what can we do about it? You go in there and try to help sometimes, and you get a bad rap. Folks mad at you, and half the world stays mad at us all the time, in spite of all our efforts to make it a better place for all of us to live in, at least in the United States. Someday we're going to get the idea and get through that communism doesn't work.
That's right.
Number one, it just simply doesn't work. And you can look all around the world and come up with great examples of that, including the Soviet Union. And they say, well, what about China? We don't know how well it's working in China, because we don't know what's going on in China. Right. But I do know that it's not working as good as a democracy would work for those people.
Right. Well, good talking to you, Ludlow. Good to have you back.
But always glad when you call. You do it again.
Thank you.
Take care.
Bye.
1-800-572-8255, because it is a lot of trouble and a lot of expense to have a true communist country. It's got to be very secretive. You can't allow the people to become curious about the outside world, and you certainly can't allow them any information, and you can't allow your folks to roam freely throughout the world. So it's something that doesn't work. Talking about Cuba, the workers' paradise in Cuba, Cuba was doing fine as long as they were being supported by the Soviet Union, and they're not doing so fine now. But they're in a good position to return to the fold someday, I think. It'll be after Castro, obviously, but someday. someday the Cuban people will be free again. And in the meantime, there's not a whole lot that we can do about it in this country, and throwing money at it, not the way to go. Not the way to go. More conversation right after this. Gang, let me tell you that there is no better way to buy a new Jeep Wrangler than at Jasper Jeep Dodge Chrysler Plymouth in Jasper, Georgia. Heard a radio commercial the other day from another Jeep dealer, and he was all excited because he had 10 Wranglers in stock. Listen, gang, Jasper Jeep right this minute has 85 Wranglers in stock. One of the reasons there's no better way. 85 Wranglers with more on the way. Hard top, soft top, dual top. Pick the color, pick the equipment, and drive it home. No hassle, no haggle ever, not even any negotiations. Yes, sir. More Wranglers than you can shake a bargain at, and no better way to buy them than at Jasper Jeep Dodge Chrysler Plymouth in Jasper, Georgia. Take a look at the Durango and a wonderful Dodge truck. They're open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., but never, ever on Sunday. Jasper Jeep Dodge Chrysler Plymouth in beautiful Jasper, Georgia. Just remember this, gang, there is simply no better way. Jasper Jeep.
To a waiting
960, the new WRFC.
I got rice cooking in the microwave. I got a 3-day beard I don't plan to shave. And it's a goofy thing, but I just gotta say I'm doing alright. Yeah, I think I'll make me some homemade soup. I'm feeling pretty good, and that's the truth. It's neither drink nor drug induced. No, I'm just doing alright. And it's a great day to be alive. I know the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. It's a hard times in the neighborhood, but why can't every day be just this good? It's been 15 years since I left home. Said good luck to every seed I'd sown. Gave him my best and then I left it alone. I hope they're doing alright. Now Redbird, what do you see? Says I'm
Great day to be alive. Something I don't understand, and maybe you will. David Brinkley was doing some commercials. I think they call them essays for Archer Daniel Midlands. And it just came under a bunch of criticism from this, from not only from the public, but from his colleagues, people he worked with for years. And I never knew what all the fuss was about, still don't, but they are back. ABC News spokeswoman Eileen Murphy said ABC is comfortable with the essays because ADM, the sponsor, modified them slightly to show that the former ABC anchor is now ADM spokesman, which is fine. He's a free man. Brinkley's essays also began appearing on Meet the Press. So those are back, and I never quite understood what everybody was upset about. I mean, unless they felt like they were still looking like that was his show and he was gone. Who knows? Strange things, but they jumped him bad. Well, I'm a fan of his. 1-800-572-8255. Pretty much wide open, gang. We'll talk about whatever may be on your mind. Easy to get in here today. Something in the news sticking in your craw, or you just need to get it off your chest before you just explode. A lot of that happens. 1-800-572-8255. And another congratulations to our buddy, the guy with his hand up. A brand new grandson, a time for great celebration, and we wish him well. 1-800-572-8255, Ludlow and Denny, the Fun Seekers Radio Network, and boy, what an absolutely glorious day. Hey, for details on the 65-plus plan from the Blue Cross Blue Shield Association, you need to call them, 1-800-533-7671, extension 300. Let's go to Mountainboro, Alabama, and talk to my friend Jim. Hello, Jim.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning, buddy. How you doing?
I'm just fine. You kind of kind of different subjects, I hope, today, because I got one that I bet you never even thought of.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Going back to that, you remember when Christ was crucified, of course, we're just past Easter, they had these Aramaic words up there, and it's some kind of, to me, it's mumbo-jumbo. And then, remember, they had the... Nebuchadnezzar had the writing on the wall, many tekel of Harson or something, and that meant, your time's up, buddy. Well, I wrote out, I said here on my newspaper, a big white spot in an ad, and I take notes. I wrote out all the letters that to call you, 1-800-572-8255. I just wrote them out just as if you put them in, and here's what it says. Tuv Jekyll Persable, Tuv ABC Jekyll Teckle. So when you tell people to call the number, instead of saying, the numbers, like they'll give the words, you can just say Tuv Jekyll Persabus, Tuv ABC Jekyll Teckle. And that'll get it.
That's like accentuate the positive. And
want me to write that out and send it to you so you can put it up on the wall there?
I'll get it here. The trick will be to learn how to pronounce it.
Well, I'm enjoying the show. I just thought I'd call up, and I've been running about the countryside and hadn't talked to y'all in a while.
Did you read about Eddie Rabbit in the paper?
Yeah, old Eddie. I didn't know he had 79,000 hits. I knew that he had a few of his I hum around, but boy, he had something like, he had a lot of hits.
Yeah.
And, that old boy was from off the streets up there in some little burg in New Jersey originally. And didn't he overcome his background and get into country music, and we liked him. We liked him.
We liked him a lot.
That old Yankee, see, that proves a Yankee can turn out right, can't they?
I just figured he was, I think they buried him in Franklin. I just figured that's where he was from.
No, he's from New Jersey. He's from something like West Orange, New Jersey originally, and he, of course, came into Nashville, and he hung out, but he had that old Celtic music soul inside him, so he was able to, and I always think about old Hank Snow, too, from Halifax, Nova Scotia. Of course, his background, I guess, is the same music.
And Bakersfield, California, kind of a hotbed of...
Yeah, Bakersfield. And, of course, that was all the immigrants that went out there. But well, somebody's beeping me. I'm enjoying the show, and I'll listen to y'all.
Maybe we'll want to offer you a job. Go do it.
Okay.
I'll talk to you, buddy. Bye-bye. 1-800-572-8255. Hey, gang, visit your Comfort Maker dealer to get details on Comfort Maker rewards. Our number, 1-800-572-8255. Anything on your mind, sticking in your craw, you just want to talk about, I got to be beyond stupid when we come back, I'll give you. Stay with us.
WRFC Athens, a Southern Broadcasting Company's radio station. This is News Radio 960, the new WRFC.
Good morning, I'm Beth Larson with an information update on News Radio 960 WRFC. 65 degrees at 10:30. The official 3-day forecast is coming up. It began as a Sunday afternoon carjacking in Morgan County. It ended with a shootout in Newton County. Suspect David Schultz is in stable condition in an Atlanta hospital this morning. He was airlifted to Georgia Baptist Medical Center after being shot by police near the town of Oxford. Police say he opened fire on the officers who chased him through Walton and Newton counties. No other injuries were reported. Awards handed out today in New York City. University of Georgia President Michael Adams heads the UGA delegation to this year's Peabody Awards luncheon. The awards, given annually to the nation's top broadcasters, are administered by UGA's Grady College of Journalism. Lesbian comedian Ellen DeGeneres is among this year's winners. 34 Peabody winners this year, the most ever. And the so-called Deer Rob Bandit is behind bars in Arizona. Francis Joseph Riley was arrested over the weekend, charged in 27 bank robberies in 23 cities, including Atlanta. He was called the Deer Rob Bandit because he always wore business suits during his holdups. Checking in on Wall Street, the Dow is up 123 points, NASDAQ up 10. News Radio 960, WRFC News Time, 10:31.
So I'm good at shipping lobsters. I know. farm is kind of laid back. Ain't much an old country boy like me can't hack. It's early to rise, early in the sack. I thank God I'm a country boy. Well, a simple kind of life never did me no harm. Raising me a family and working on the farm. Days are all filled with an easy country charm. Thank God I'm a country boy. Well, I got me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy. When the work's all done and the sunset's low, pull out the fiddle and the rosin up the bow. Kids are asleep, so I keep a catalog. And thank God I'm a country boy.
The great John Lennon. We go to Mikasuki, Florida, and talk to the Roundman. Hello, big boy.
Hey, Ludlow, how you doing?
I'm good. You all right?
I'm doing good as can be expected on a pretty day like this.
All right, good.
A buddy of mine sent me a list of things that you say about somebody when they're not in your presence. You know, if you have manners, then if you don't have no manners, you go for it.
Uh-huh.
And I went through it, and I found 9 short ones I'd never heard before. I'd like to share them with you. It'll go quickly.
Now, tell me what these are again.
It's 9 things that you say about somebody when they're not in your presence.
All right.
You know, like dumber than a box of hair.
Okay.
And number 2, oh, it gets better, Ludlow. Number 2, the wheel's spinning, but the hamster's dead.
Oh, I love it.
Number 3, a few feathers short of a whole duck. Number 4, doesn't have all his dogs on one leash. Number 5, this is a good one, his belt doesn't go through all the loops. Number 6, no grain in the silo. Number 7, too much yardage between the goalposts.
Oh, that's funny.
Number 8, not the sharpest knife in the drawer. and number 9, my personal favorite, and I have a feeling this is why my buddy sent me this list. He had a little notation out here called a reality check.
Yeah.
All foam and no beer. Enjoy your show, Ludlow.
Good stuff. Take care of yourself, Roundman. Blue Willow Inn, gang, gracious hospitality and superb southern food. Dumb as a box of hair. Let's go to Statesboro, Georgia. Talk to my buddy Peter. Hello, Peter.
Good morning. I hope that's not a segue.
No, not at all. But that's funny. Dumb as a box of hair.
It is. I'm still waiting on your punchline show. You got to do that.
Write them down and remember, we'll do it in the next few days.
Okay. I want to talk about biting Jack Russell.
Yeah.
Not to be distinguished from biting Jack Daniels, who different show, different topic.
Different results.
Right. I didn't understand whether this dog is the type that just chews on your hands and kind of likes to kind of nip, or whether...
You talking about the one I was talking about?
Yeah, just a few minutes ago.
Yeah, I think all of that. I think just nip, just chew on your hands, scratch you, bite you, send you dirty letters, write a bad check.
That's as opposed to a dog that's actually doing it, that's quite a bit older and doing it because they're quite a bit on the aggressive side.
Yeah.
For the typically now, there are 2 ways of dealing with the nipping and just the kind of playful pawing and stuff.
Yeah.
The one that's most recommended is the disengagement type of thing, where they're doing it because they like to see you, they like to play with you. And the thing that you do is when they start doing it, you say no and you stand up, and in that way, you just show them that this is not appropriate behavior.
Mm-hmm.
You can go a little further than that and just reach around underneath them and pick them up and isolate them for a few minutes.
Mm-hmm.
All this is trying to show them that this is not good behavior. The second thing that I found very useful in dealing with animals like this, and I think every puppy should do it, is either obedience classes, but even more than that, simply teaching them sit, stay, shake hands, get them to understanding that you're the boss.
Yeah.
And when they start this bad behavior, you just say sit. And, they notice sit or shake hands or something. It refocuses their attention. It's a real problem, and especially when you've got young children and these puppies or young dogs, will nip and chew, because the children's skin is a little bit tender, and their faces are a lot closer.
And they can be nipped or scratched. When my little Lassa, who's gone now, I taught her from very early puppyhood that the term for no was bad dog. And she detested being called a bad dog. She didn't like that at all, and she knew that was a sign of displeasure.
Right.
And when I was playing with her and she'd get a little too rough with the biting, and it was never really bad, but just a little too rough, I would say bad dog, and the bite would immediately go to a lick.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's great. Well, it's so hard to tell when tell people that it's really not funny, and it's behavior that needs to be eliminated, because most of the time the people who are doing it are kind of, you do your thing, I'll do my thing, and this is just normal puppy type thing, and but it's simply a matter of establishing some dominance over the dog.
And when you mention the obedience training, that is so wonderful, because I think dogs that can do that and react to you properly are happier dogs, and you're certainly a happier owner.
Well, I used dominance just a minute ago. That's not, leadership is probably the term that we're looking for. Dogs are always looking for the head of the pack.
The alpha dog.
Yeah, and so that's what you're establishing, is that leadership type of relationship with a dog. The thing, some of the times this is the behavior is brought on by either playing with them with your hands, or playing tug of war, and they'll work up that sock and they'll grab your hand.
Yeah.
So sometimes that is what brings it on. I had my brother. We had a big bloodhound, and he used to play with him and really physically slap him around. And when that dog got going, he would work on your arms. He wouldn't break the skin, but you knew you had a 100-pound bloodhound on your arm.
Yeah, and it was red.
That's right.
I got to get out of here, big boy.
Good show.
Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Talk to you later.
Okay.
More conversation right after this.
Yes, you all recognize Take Me Out to the Ball Game from baseball's musical legacy. And it's just one of many musical masterpieces you'll receive absolutely free just for coming to a Braves game. This audio avalanche is not available in any store, so call Ticketmaster at 404-249-6400 or 800-326-4000 or buy tickets at Turner Field. Remember, you get baseball's musical legacy plus the greatest baseball team of the 90s just for buying Braves tickets now. Call today.
You don't have to drag Black Bart into town to collect your reward, because Comfort Maker Comfort Rewards from your participating dealer will net you a 5-year extended parts and labor warranty for free when you buy a qualified Comfort Maker heating and cooling system. Claim your reward at H&H Mechanical, 770-941-5149. Regular maintenance checks not included. Comfort Maker Comfort Rewards. Claim yours today.
Maybe we should just elope. BarnesandNoble.com. The Everything Wedding Book. Okay. I wonder what's in the honeymoon section. Newlywed's Guide to Sex. I'll have a gift wrapped and sent to Ted's office. That'll keep him from working so late.
Great selection, deep discounts, fast delivery. Barnes & Noble is now online. BarnesandNoble.com.
Channel 2 Action News at 5 with Monica Kaufman and Don Farmer. Live in-depth coverage of the day's top stories. Medical news from Health Team 2 and consumer investigations with Clark Howard.
This is the fastest growing area of consumer fraud.
Channel 2 Action News at 6 with John Pruitt and Monica Kaufman.
The Atlanta Federal Penitentiary remains locked
For the most complete local news coverage that's straightforward, clear. Count on the anchors who know Georgia. Channel 2 Action News at 5 and 6. Coverage you can count on. You want to to know what the weather is now.
On Doppler Radar 2, we're looking at showers moving into Clayton County this morning.
You need to know what the weather will be like tomorrow.
3D Weather Vision gives us a good look at the cold front and the rain rolling into North Georgia.
You have to be prepared when severe weather hits your neighborhood.
Storm Tracker 2 radar showing the snow squall in Carroll County headed for Marietta by 7:30.
Glenn Burns, Karen Minton, and David Gently. Professional, experienced, accurate. Channel 2 Action News. Weather coverage you can count on.
Hello, I'm Coach Jim Donnan, inviting you to join me in the 11th Annual Georgia Amateur Classic Charity Golf Tournament at Jennings Mill Country Club this May 22nd and 23rd. The proceeds benefit Extra Special People, a local program run by local volunteers. ESP helps the developmentally disabled. For more information about how you can join me and all the friends of ESP at this year's Georgia Amateur Classic, call 706-552-0004.
Hey, you listen to the Ludlow Porch Show weekdays, 10 to noon on News Radio 960, the news WRFC. All right, here he is on his horse phone, the Little Duke.
How you doing, Pilgrim?
I thought about you last night. The biography did John Wayne again last night, and I thought, I hope Little Duke is watching this.
Well, I missed it being Mother's Day and all.
Yeah.
I was taking care of the youngins all day yesterday, giving Mom a break.
Good for you.
I had to tell you, out of the mouth of the babe story, I took my little one to the Braves game, his first one. He's only 3.
Yeah.
And picture this now. We're walking into the men's restroom. About 10 urinals on the wall. A little short one for kids there right in the middle. About 3 deep of people. We finally wait in line, get up there for our turn, and he's going there right beside me, and in the top of his lungs, he hollers out, "Daddy, you got the big one, and I got the little one."
Always say that in a loud voice.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, anything to embarrass you.
Needless to say, the rest of the patrons in the men's restroom enjoyed the story.
I'm sure. And he will hear that. He will hear that at family reunions until he's 50 years old.
I'll never forget it, Pilgrim.
No, never.
It was a great day, though. He enjoyed it.
He saw a great baseball game, too.
Yes, he did.
Wow.
He had sensory overload.
All right, my man.
Well, listen, you take care of yourself.
All right, come by here and see us when you can.
We'll do it, Pilgrim.
All right, talk to you later.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Little Duke on his horse boat. 00 on the radio. Hello, 00.
Good morning. Good morning.
How you, old friend?
All right. I got a remedy for His Excellency over there in Madison.
Oh, good.
And I mean, nobody seems to like it but me, but the doctor gave it to me back years ago when I had nose surgery, washing my head out with warm salt water. And there's a trick to it. You have to get a container such as a water bottle or a water bag or something like that and hold and get, where gravity will make the flow.
Yeah.
And put the little bulb in one side of your nose, leaning over the wash bowl or whatever, and let the water breathing through your mouth now. Of course, I don't know where Radio Ray can breathe through his mouth or not. But you're going to lean over the wash bowl and let that water trickle up one side of your nose and down the other and through the back of your throat.
That sounds awful.
No, it's surprising how relieving it is. It'll wash the stuff out the other side of your nose and then reverse the situation back the other side of the nose and down this side again. And just, I can take as much as a quart of water sometimes, just that warm salt water.
And you don't worry about drowning?
No, you breathe through your mouth. Leaning over the wash bowl and then holding the bag high enough where gravity will just take it and then just a good steady flow. And it'll wash that mess out of there, and it's surprising how well it'll do.
All right, well...
Now, if he's got plenty of money, he can get his doctor to give him a prescription for Claritin.
Oh, he does have plenty of money.
He does, right? Well, I figured so. What's he worried about home remedies for, then?
Man is low. Well, he's cheap.
Huh?
He's cheap.
He's cheap.
I got to go,
I thought I'd pass that on. I gave it to the cleaning lady the other night, and she said she was going to try it.
All right, maybe she'll give us a report.
Okay.
Take care, buddy.
Bye-bye.
1-800-572-8255. Join us.
Me a fine wife, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny riddle. Woo! Thank God I'm a country boy, yeah!
This is News Radio 960, the new WRFC Athens, a Southern Broadcasting Company's radio station.
From ABC News, I'm John Belmont. A penny for your thoughts on a penny more for postage.
The Commission is reluctantly granting the Postal Service request to raise the price of a first-class stamp from 32 to 33 cents.
Ed Glyman, chairman of the Independent Postal Rate Commission, on giving the post office the go-ahead to hike stamp prices, but not right away.
We do not believe any rate increases need to be put into effect before 1999 at the earliest.
That's because the Postal Service has been making a profit. It wants to generate more income because it has new labor contracts and other higher expenses coming up. But the bottom line is the independent folks who oversee the post office say it can charge us a penny more for a first-class stamp, but not until it really needs the money. So our 32 centers are good through at least the end of this year. Hot start for the stock market this morning. The Dow is up 111 on the strength of telecom stocks. SBC is buying another one of the old baby bells, Ameritech. So what's this mean for folks who just want to make a call and have it go through? ABC's Tim Sheld here live to explain.
John, if you listen to the principals in this deal,
this is a very positive thing.
Ameritech's Richard Notabard.
The new SBC is poised to finally deliver the benefits of full competition.
And SBC's Ed Whitaker. It sure sounds good, but listen to Mark Cooper from the Consumer Federation.
Watch them like a hawk.
He calls the two companies anti-competitive, says if this deal goes through,
we are running out of potential competitors.
And fewer choices for the consumer. John?
Thanks. A live report from ABC's Tim Sheld. Just what South Carolina didn't need, more killer tornadoes. A 90-year-old woman was killed overnight by a storm that threw her home 40 feet. A toddler is still missing. Los Angeles firefighters had to use the jaws of life to pry people out of a spectacular car-bus crash in Hollywood early this morning. The car was speeding away from a hit-and-run when it collided with a Greyhound bus, killing one person, hurting 20. You're listening to ABC News.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? You could be. See for yourself by calling Matrix Direct Insurance Services for a fast, free quote on term life insurance from a top insurer, Transamerica Occidental Life. You could save up to 75%, maybe even more. For example, a 35-year-old man could get $250,000 term life coverage for less than $18 a month, guaranteed 10 years. A 42-year-old man could get $100,000 coverage for less than $14 a month, also guaranteed 10 years. Call Matrix Direct. Talk with a licensed insurance professional for a fast, free quote right over the phone. You'll see why thousands have called Matrix Direct to save on quality term life insurance for men and women. Call 1-800-700-TERM. Matrix Direct. 1-800-700-TERM. 1-800-700-TERM. Premium subject to underwriting criteria. Trans-Term 10 not available in all states.
Good morning, I'm Beth Larson with an information update on News Radio 960 WRFC. 67 degrees at 11:30. Your official 3-day forecast is coming up. 6 charges for a middle school teacher in northwest Georgia's Floyd County. Newsman Mike Mitchell has that story.
A Floyd County middle school teacher who resigned last week amid allegations of having sex with a 15-year-old student now faces criminal charges today.
Upon this investigation, it was revealed that there was evidence of sexual conduct between the two. Warrants for the arrest of Carol Formby Smith for the charges of statutory rape and enticing a child for indecent purposes.
Detective Gary Conway with the Floyd County Police Department. According to Conway, a 15-year-old 8th grade male student was involved. Mrs. Smith is accused of committing sexual acts with the youth April 24th and 26th at her home. In Rome, I'm Mike Mitchell.
University of Georgia President Dr. Michael Adams is in New York City today. He's heading the UGA delegation to this year's Peabody Awards, the awards which are administered by the university's Grady College of Journalism. Among the recipients of this year's Broadcasting Awards, Ellen DeGeneres and Ted Koppel. Still on the subject of honors, the Clark Central High School mock trial team has been recognized as one of the nation's best. The team took 6th place in this weekend's national championships in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Clark Central sophomore Fred Smith was named one of the top 8 competitors. They're getting ready for a recall vote in Auburn. Voters go to the polls tomorrow to decide the political fate of Mayor David Hawthorne. He's been under fire since last year's vote to disband the Auburn Police Department. Another deadly case of bacterial meningitis hits close to home. A 2-year-old Covington girl died of the disease yesterday. Dozens of people who came in contact with the toddler have been given antibiotics to head off an outbreak of that disease. Carjacking suspect David Schultz is in stable condition in an Atlanta hospital this morning. The Madison man allegedly stole a car at gunpoint in Morgan County Sunday, then led lawmen on a chase through Walton and Newton counties, a chase that ended in a shootout with police. Schultz was shot by police, airlifted to the Georgia Baptist Medical Center in Atlanta. And an armed robbery suspect is shot and killed in Cobb County. Police gunned down the gunman around 3 this morning outside a restaurant on the Cobb Parkway near Marietta. He just held up a nearby convenience store. No other injuries were reported. Checking Wall Street, the Dow is up 110 points. NASDAQ's up 8. News Radio 960, WRFC News Time, 11:05. Personnel! Calm down today with a high near 80. Tonight, clear skies, low in the upper 50s. For Tuesday, mostly sunny with a high in the mid-80s. And on Wednesday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 82 and low in the upper 50s. Currently, we have sunny skies and 67 degrees on South Millage Avenue in Athens. I'm Beth Larson, and you're up to date at 11:06.
This is the Ludlow Porch Show on the Fun Seekers Radio Network, brought to you in part by Limelight for the greenest lawn in your neighborhood, by Jasper Jeep. No matter where you live, your Jeep dealership is in Jasper, Georgia. And by Cooper Weight Loss Centers, helping you win the battle of the bulge. The toll-free line's now open at 1-800-572-TALK. That's 1-800-572-8255. And now, here's Ludlow Porch.
Well, good morning, Fun Seekers, and welcome back. I've got a great list here that I want to go over with you. You know, sometimes very pleasurable things can become habits, and you can do them to excess. I guess almost anything, like drinking too much coffee. Coffee has strange and different effects on different people. And this is titled, You're Drinking Too Much Coffee When? And then here's a great one. You get a visual on this. You're drinking too much coffee when your eyes stay open when you sneeze. You're drinking too much coffee when you answer the door before anybody knocks. You're drinking too much coffee when Juan Valdez has named his donkey after you. It's a bad sign here, Denny. You're drinking too much coffee when you grind your coffee beans in your mouth. This is all very timely after our trip to England and Scotland, because people over there, they drink coffee so strong. The only place on earth where I use sugar and cream in my coffee, because you just got to. You're drinking, and it makes people nervous too. You're drinking too much coffee when you just completed another sweater and you don't know how to knit. When you have to watch videos and fast forward, you're drinking too much coffee. When the only time you're standing still is during an earthquake. You lick your coffee pot clean. When you worn out your third pair of tennis shoes this week. You're drinking too much coffee when you spend your vacation visiting Maxwell House. You're drinking too much coffee when you chew on other people's fingernails. You're drinking too much coffee when all your kids are named Joe. Your only source of nutrition comes from sweet and low. Then you're drinking too much coffee. You're drinking too much coffee when you can type 60 words per minute with your feet. You can jumpstart your car without cables. When you forget to unwrap candy bars before eating them, you're drinking too much coffee. You don't sweat, you percolate. You walk 20 miles on the treadmill before you realize it's not plugged in. Charles Manson thinks you need to calm down. You're drinking too much coffee. When you built a miniature city out of those little plastic stirrers, or when Starbucks owns the mortgage on your home, you're drinking too much coffee. People get dizzy just watching you. The Taster's Choice couple wants to adopt you. You're drinking too much coffee. Your taste buds are so numb you could drink your lava lamp. When your life's goal is to amount to a hill of beans. Here's the last one I'll give you. When you channel surf faster without a remote. Think about it. Our number 1-800-572-8255, Ludlow and Denny, and we're talking about whatever may be on your mind today. It is a great day to be alive, and we're kicking things around anywhere from radio. We'll talk about all of those. We'll talk about anything that may be on your mind. We'll even do some more Beyond Stupid. Jump in here and join us. Our number, 1-800-572-8255. That's 1-800-572-TALK. I was sitting around the other day just contemplating what it would take to be considered a dude. Not just any kind of dude, but a cool dude. A new tattoo? No. How about another eyebrow ring? No. Can't hardly see through the ones I have now. Then it hit me. A brand new Jeep Wrangler from the No Better Way people at Jasper Jeep Dodge Chrysler Plymouth in Jasper, Georgia. I'll be known by my uncool friends as the cool dude in the Jasper Jeep Wrangler. As the cool dude who knew about the no-hassle, no-haggle deal from Jasper Jeep Dodge Chrysler Plymouth. The cool dude who knew that they had 115 Wranglers in stock and more on the way, that they were open Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., but never, ever on Sunday. Yes, sir. Can't wait to drive my new Wrangler by the tattoo parlor and hear somebody shout from the curb, "Hey, you the man."
Breathe some life back into your kitchen or bath with Bell Harbor Company. The experienced designers at Bell Harbor Company can help plan your complete kitchen and bathroom remodeling, from floor to ceiling. Decorative cabinets, beautiful countertops, colorful wall coverings, and floorings that will last a lifetime. Bell Harbor Company makes your dreams come true. For a free in-home kitchen or bathroom design estimate, call Bell Harbor Company at 769-6427, your complete kitchen and bathroom remodeler.
Bob, what's new? Last night I get in my truck, and in the back seat is one of those supermodels. Says she always wanted to meet a man who owned a sauerkraut factory. We're eating sauerkraut. She's wiping juice off my chin. I get heartburn. I pull out my Rolaids, and in under 10 seconds, it starts working. Then she's gone, and so's my heartburn.
Rolade starts working in under 10 seconds?
You expect me to believe that?
It's true. Rolade starts neutralizing acid in under 10 seconds. ROLAIDS spells relief. Use as directed.
Hi, gang, this is Ludlow Porch, and if you're not listening to the Fun Seekers Network, just see what you're missing.
May God bless and keep you.
Join me weekdays, 10 to noon on News Radio 960, the new WRFC.
For you. May you build a ladder to the stars, climb on every rung. May you stay forever young. To be righteous, may you grow up to be.
All right, 1-800-572-8255 is our number as we go to Cleveland, Tennessee, and talk to Jody on the radio. Good morning, Jody.
Well, good morning, Ludlow.
How you doing?
Well, I'm doing pretty good. I'm kind of sad.
Oh, what are you sad about?
Well, my bluebirds got eaten up by a snake.
Oh, that is sad. And mine just died. I had those 4 eggs I was telling you about, and all 4 of them got almost ready to leave the nest, and then Mama stopped coming.
Well, I happened to just walk out of my back door Friday, and I never heard such a commotion in my life. Looked down there to my birdhouse, and the birds were just having a fit, the mom and daddy bird, you know. So I yelled for my husband, and he came, and we looked in there, and sure enough, there was this big snake. And I had 6 little birds in there. He ate all of them but one. We got him before he could get that one. Of course, it's dead. But I wondered if anybody has a solution as to how to keep snakes out of birdhouses.
I've had them to go. I'm sure there are some solutions, but none that have worked for me. I've had them to go. I've got mines on a metal pole, and they go right up that thing.
I think so too. Somebody had suggested that, and I said, well, if it can go up this pole that it's on, it can go up that metal pole.
And I've people have said, grease that pole. I'm just not sure what's going to do any much good.
Well, I just thought some of your wise listeners might have a solution.
I hope so. I hope they'll call. It's really kind of discouraging, and it is sad because you start watching this bird box early on, and finally they start putting pine straw and stuff in there and getting it all ready, and you're excited. You go back, there's one egg. You go back, and there's three, and then while you're waiting to see the babies.
And this year we had 6 eggs in there, and they all hatched. And I've just been watching them and enjoying them, and this was just terrible. And I've had this for several years. This is the first time this has ever happened. But I want you to know that snake no longer exists.
I told a story the other day about catching me one right outside the box. After the fact, he'd already killed all the birds. We were still in the area, and I just got my hoe and went to work on him.
I did the same thing. Well, I appreciate getting to talk to you. I listen to you every day and enjoy your program.
And people will say, oh, but you can't kill the black snakes. They're your friends. I can kill them.
Yeah, this wasn't a black snake. I don't know what it was. It was brown, rust-colored with dark brown pattern on the top of it. I don't know my snakes. I just don't like snakes, period.
No, and I don't want to know much more about them.
Me either.
Sure don't. All right, I'm sorry, but listen, clean the box out good. You got plenty of time. You're going to get some more nestings.
Well, thank you so much.
And keep killing the snakes.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Take care. Telstar International Communications Gang, long distance for 10 cents a minute, home or business, no trick. Denny, this thing you gave me about these interesting facts here that you got off the computer, like the most common name in the world is Mohammed, and that Mel Blanc was the voice of Bugs, who the voice of Bugs Bunny was allergic to carrots. This answers an age-old question. Used to hear Tarzan use 2 words, samba or samba, and normally he'd use that when he was talking to a lion. You know what that means? It means to rub navels together. I wonder how that ever gets used. And then it goes on to say some stuff that, of course, we already knew or suspected. In Casablanca, Humphrey Bogart never said, "Play it again, Sam." Did you know a jiffy is an actual unit of time? We hear people say, "I'll be with you in a jiffy. I'll be there in a jiffy." You know how long a jiffy is? It's very educational. A jiffy is an actual unit of time for 1/100th of a second. So when people tell you they'll be there in a jiffy, they better really be hollering it. Did you know that the average person falls asleep in 7 minutes? And every time you lick a stamp, you're getting 1/10 of a calorie. Fun stuff. 1-800-572-8255. The phrase rule of thumb is derived from an old English law which stated that you couldn't beat your wife with anything wider than your thumb. What? No 2x4? Old English law which stated you couldn't beat your wife with anything wider than your thumb. That's awful. That's awful. And Hershey's Kisses are called kisses because the machine that makes them looks like it's kissing the conveyor belt. And how would you like to go through life with nothing to do but kiss a conveyor belt? 1-800-572-8255. We'll be right back.
I'm Dr. J.T. Cooper. You've heard me on Ludlow's show talking about weight loss and nutrition. If you have had problems losing unwanted pounds and want help from me in losing weight safely, you can reach me at 770-952-7681. I now have offices in Marietta, Griffin, Waycross, and Albany, Georgia. That number again for information is 770-952-7681.
These days, lots of people are getting back to basics, and that includes all natural foods from Zucchini's. Zucchini's is your hometown store with natural foods as well as vitamins, minerals, and supplements for healthier living. Customer service is very important at Zucchini's, and the knowledgeable, friendly staff can provide answers to all your questions. And if seasonal allergies, arthritis, and stress are wearing you down, Zucchini's can help you feel better fast with all natural remedies. That's Zucchini's Natural Foods, now with 2 locations to serve you better, at the Village at Cedar Shoals in Athens and Oconee Plaza Shopping Center, Watkinsville.
On January 3rd, Ron Fearman and his daughter were saved from a flood by Army reservists.
Okay, grab my shoulder. Hang on tight.
Were it not for their employers letting them do their duty, this story might have had a very different ending.
You're going to be saved.
To every employer who supports the National Guard and Reserve, thanks for making us your business. A public service message brought to you by the employer support of the Guard and Reserve and the Ad Council.
For a down-home good time, join me on Ludlow Porch weekdays 10 to noon on News Radio 960, the new WRFC. Sound like Cab Calloway to me. Athens, Georgia, and Jean on the radio. Hello, Jean.
Hi, Ludlow. How are you?
I'm fine, my friend. You okay?
Yes, I enjoyed your show.
Thank you.
Listen, I was listening when the lady called in about the birds and the snake.
Yeah.
All right. Garden sulfur should work. Just put it around the base of the tree or whatever.
Well, like a foot around this...
Just put it around it.
Slosh it down there, yeah.
Right, and may even try putting it on the pole. We have used that, and it had worked for us. I mean, we had snakes hanging around in different places.
Yeah.
And we sort of spread it around. And it's like a deterrent. So, if you could just pass that along.
I will pass that along. Know that I'm going to buy me some, too.
It works really well.
Very good. Thank you very much.
You're quite welcome. You have a good day.
You take care of yourself.
Sure.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Limelight Gang for the greenest lawn in your neighborhood. Dallas, Georgia, and our beloved Choo Man.
Hello, Ludlow.
Hello, Brother Choo.
Luddy, did you have a big weekend?
It was very, very nice, Choo.
And had more food than you needed to eat, I suspect.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I did. I got deep into the pizza yesterday.
Oh, did you?
And I'm not supposed to be doing that.
Well, now, pizza's not fattening, is it?
Well, I don't reckon so. I hope not, because if it did, I gained several pounds yesterday.
Well, I think your doctor probably said you can have all the pizza you want, Choo. I don't know that.
I like the spicy kind, too, Luddy.
Do you really?
Yeah.
A little pepperoni there on top.
Plenty of stuff on it. Everything that they can get on it.
Yeah, if you're going to eat pizza, by golly, y'all just eat pizza.
May as well. But anyway, I had to take advantage of today. See, I knew I had to go have some blood work done today, and cholesterol purposes. So I just really went at it yesterday because I knew I couldn't eat nothing after midnight.
You decided that you'd make it easier for them to find the cholesterol.
And then guess what?
What?
After coming back from the doctor's office, you got to talking about the coffee thing. And knowing, now you knew, Luddy, that I hadn't had any coffee.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You couldn't have anything until after you got home.
That's right.
Just stick your head in the bottom of Mr. Coffee.
And you, well, I've still not got into it, but I'm ready. I'm ready. Just as quick as I get off of this phone, I'm going for the coffee.
All right. Comes a time when it just tastes better than anything, just about.
Yeah, and you had several good things about coffee this morning.
Oh, funny. When you don't close your eyes when you sneeze, that's funny.
Oh, okay. That's about it. I just heard you talking about that, and I wanted to jump in here.
Well, did the doctor say that you were a absolute, complete physical specimen?
Well, it was, I hope so. It was just a cholesterol test, and I don't know why they couldn't have done it, a couple of weeks ago when they took
all those other tests.
They already had the blood, didn't they?
Yeah, but no, they had to get some more today. I guess they didn't have enough.
Well, you mind your doctor and take care of your bad self.
Well, I'm going to do that, but everything looked good before, but they missed that one test. They failed to get it, so I had to go back today to do that.
Well, you're in fine shape. I can tell by the strong voice.
If I get about 2 cups of coffee under my belt, I'll be fine.
All right, buddy.
All right, have a good day.
You take care of yourself.
All right,
Talk
bye-bye.
to you soon. Bye-bye. 1-800-572-8255. And here's one. With this, I guess this falls into our stupid criminals. I guess it falls under the category of some people just shouldn't drink. An Illinois man, pretending to have a gun, kidnapped a motorist and forced him to drive to 2 different automated teller machines. The kidnapper then proceeded to withdraw money from his own bank account. Dumb. A man walked into a Topeka, Kansas quick shop. I think it's like a 7-Eleven, and asked for all the money in the cash drawer. Apparently, there was not enough in there to suit him, so he tied up the store clerk and worked the counter himself for 3 hours until police showed up and grabbed him. And here's the deal for you: more than 600 people in Italy, you talking about scams, wanted to ride on a spaceship so much that they agreed to pay $10,000 apiece for the first tourist flight to Mars. According to the Italian police, the would-be space travelers were told to spend their next vacation on Mars amid the splendor of ruined temples and painted deserts. They promised them that they could ride a Martian camel from oasis to oasis and enjoy the incredible Martian sunsets, explore mysterious canals, marvel at the views. Trips to the moon also available. Authorities believe that the con men running this scam made off with over $6 million. And these are the folks, gang, who are calling the psychic hotline. 1-800-5... That's just amazing to me. It's amazing to me that you could talk one person into that, but that you could get $10,000 apiece from enough folks where you could make over $6 million. I don't know that I believe that. I'm not sure that there's that many dumb people in the world. But then again, maybe there is. We'll be right back. Stay with us.
A classic city tradition for nearly 50 years. This is News Radio 960, the new WRFC Athens.
Good morning, I'm Beth Larson with an information update on News Radio 960 WRFC. 68 degrees at 11:30. The official 3-day forecast is coming up. Athens lawmen are still sorting through possible charges for Donna Cabe. 21 dead cats were pulled from her Winterville home last week. Some 30 more malnourished animals were also found. Among possible state charges, cruelty to animals. State Agriculture Commissioner Tommy Irvin calls the case deplorable. Congratulations to the Clark Central High School mock trial team. The Georgia State champions took 6th place in this weekend's National Mock Trial Championships in Albuquerque, New Mexico. A joint session of the Oconee County Commission and the Oconee County School Board. The meeting begins at 7 tonight in the Government Annex building in Watkinsville. While health officials monitor cases of viral meningitis in Walton County, they're coping with a deadly case of bacterial meningitis in Newton County. A 2-year-old girl died of the disease yesterday in Eggleston Hospital in Atlanta. The health department in Covington is checking anyone who might have come in contact with the toddler. And Governor Zell Miller is in Jekyll Island today hosting a multi-state hurricane conference, getting ready for the start of the hurricane season. Hurricane season begins June 1st. Checking stocks this hour, the Dow is up 97 points, NASDAQ's up 4. News Radio 960, WRFC News Time, 11:31.
Are you paying too much for term life insurance? You could be. See for yourself by calling Matrix Direct Insurance Services for a fast, free quote on term life insurance from a top insurer, Transamerica Occidental Life. You could save up to 75%, maybe even more. For example, a 35-year-old man could get $250,000 term life coverage for less than $18 a month, guaranteed 10 years. A 42-year-old man could get $100,000 coverage for less than $14 a month, also guaranteed 10 years. Call Matrix Direct. Talk with a licensed insurance professional for a fast, free quote right over the phone. You'll see why thousands have called Matrix Direct to save on quality term life insurance for men and women. Call 1-800-815-TERM, Matrix Direct. 1-800-815-TERM, 1-800-815-TERM. Premium subject to underwriting criteria. Trans-term 10 not available in all states.
More with Ludlow Porch is just ahead, but first a look at your official 3-day forecast. Mostly cloudy, mostly sunny rather. Skies today with a high near 80. Tonight clear with a low in the upper 50s. For tomorrow, mostly sunny with a high in the mid-80s. And on Wednesday, partly cloudy skies with a high of 82, low in the upper 50s. Currently sunny skies and 68 degrees on South Millage Avenue in Athens. I'm Beth Larson, and you're up to date at 11:33. More news in less than 30 minutes and bulletins at once from News Radio 960 WRFC.
Georgia, and Brother Jim. Hello, Jim.
What do you say? How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good, buddy. You all right today?
Just great.
Good.
I work for the good old United States Postal Service, and some of these letters I'm sure you've seen, John Doe, current resident.
Yeah.
I'll leave it in the mailbox, and the next day I come by, the new occupant will have written on there, does not live here. And I write back, are you current resident? Next day, no, they moved. I live here now.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, that's just one of them.
And you know what? Your hands are pretty well tied. You got to leave it.
I got to leave it, and if you throw it away, you...
Oh, you can't throw it away. That puts you under the jail.
That's right. That's right. So, and then sometimes you have to argue with them. Do you live here now? Yeah, I do, but the current resident doesn't. So,
I never, we all get those kind of things, I never thought that would be a problem for the...
I've already picked up some today to the telephone customer. But no, they don't live here. I'm not a telephone customer. But, every day.
That is funny. What's that, add a third to your work day?
Yes, it does.
But it gives you some, it really gives you some good stories.
It gives you some great laughs.
You're a rural mail carrier?
City.
So you just going from door to door picking up mail and dropping it off?
Please keep it.
I love it.
Thank you.
All right, buddy, you take care of yourself. I'll talk to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And to all you people out there, you are the current resident. Hold the thought. 1-800-572-8255. That's 1-800-572-TALK. And what a day we have today. Hope you'll have the opportunity to spend a little bit of this time outdoors. Let's go right back to the phones and talk to my buddy John from Redan. Hello, John.
Hello, Ludlow. How are you?
I'm good, buddy. You been doing all right?
Just kind of hard to reach you sometimes, but I'm out here working.
Glad you made it.
I had a story kind of like your mailman's there. We fix electric motors for a living, only we only do industrial motors, okay?
Yeah.
So when you call in after hours, you get a recording that says, please note, we do not do residential electric motors. I had a guy call me one weekend, wanted a 1/4 horsepower motor for his little blower fan, and I said, didn't you hear the thing about no residential motors? He says, this is not residential, this is for my home.
You know, you'd have been better off, John, if you'd have just told him to bring it by. It'd be easier for you to fix it than it would be to try to explain it to him.
Yeah, just tell him to take it to his local hardware store. They got as much luck as I do at fixing that thing.
One of my favorite stories that just knocked me out. My youngest child was about, I guess, 4, and we were looking for some stocking stuffers for Christmas, and started through a drive-in a hamburger joint, and they had a big sign up out there on the menu that said that they had gift certificates. And I thought, that'd be nice. We'll get old Charlie a gift certificate, and then when he comes up here, he can pay for his own hamburgers, and he'd think he's a big boy. So I thought that'd be simple. So got up to the window where we were getting our hamburgers, and a teenager in there, and I said, what denominations...
There's your first mistake.
Yeah, you know it. What denominations are your gift certificates? And I got this blank stare, and then about 5 seconds later, this teenager said, they just paper.
Well, it had more than 2 syllables, and you were in the wrong place.
Oh, yeah, so needless to say, Charlie did not get any gift certificate because I didn't want to go through that.
I know that we get it every day. We actually have to keep a sign, or keep it where we don't have a sign on our building, because if they find out you have anything to do with electric motors, then, they want you to say, I had a Rolls-Royce dealer call me one day, wanted to know if I carried electric window motors for Rolls-Royces. And I said, no, call a Rolls-Royce dealer. He said, I am a Rolls-Royce dealer.
Oh.
And I said, and you really believe that we're sitting around here with motors on the shelf for windows for Rolls-Royces just in case somebody calls us?
Yeah,
he said, well, I was just grasping at straws.
You'd probably sell one of those about every 25 years. Maybe.
Yeah, on a good year, I guess. That's
Maybe
probably
not.
true.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
That's
well, enjoy talking to you.
All right, bud, you take care of yourself.
I'll talk to you later.
Hang in there.
Bye-bye.
Big doings. Charleston, South Carolina. One of the most charming cities in the world where people like to sit around and sip martinis. Is supposedly the thing for society folks to do. Tuesday was supposed to have been the first day of an adult education course at the College of Charleston, on the history of the martini. But officials have canceled the classes, apparently stung by criticism that they were using tax dollars to promote martini drinking. The course was to have been conducted by a representative of a liquor importer and offered through the college's continuing education department. Incidentally, Denny was all signed up for this. These adults, most of them are not regular students at the school, and they learn other things, computer programming and that sort of thing. And it's going to be on martinis, and they were all set to do that. And the announcement came down. It says, because the College of Charleston is concerned about the alcohol consumption of students, and because we have initiated programs designed to inform our students of the dangers of alcohol, we determined that it was inappropriate for this institution to offer the course. The 1-hour class has been offered by continuing education departments around the country without so much as a sneer, said Samara Farba, a spokesman for the importers, which is the company that sponsors the class. And she goes on to say, it's not about slinging back shots. She said it's to show the resurgence and popularity of martinis as an icon of Americana. The course was supposed to trace the history of the martini and show its place in literature and movies. They went on to say the people who take the course are more likely to be homemakers wanting to learn to make the perfect martini and not college students. They're adamant that participants' identification be scrutinized to be sure everyone in the class is older than 21. Recently, a group of stockbrokers took the course to enhance their repartee with clients around the bar. And they say it's been offered just everywhere. And they say the importer says we look for schools with a strong adult education program. College officials were concerned about the appearance of the martini classes after NBC News at Sunrise suggested that the course was an improper use of tax dollars. Well, of course it is. The College of Charleston is a state-funded school. Another television station referred to the class as Martini 101. It goes on to say that they don't know where the martini came from. There are about 10 stories, and I don't know what that has to do with all of this, but there was a history of the martini. You can say what you want to, but it's not a proper use of tax dollars, I wouldn't think. Let's go to Murphy, North Carolina. Murphy, North Carolina. Hang on, I was about to jump the gun. Thank you, Denny. Denny said, shut up. We'll be right back with Murphy, North Carolina after this.
You don't have to drag Black Bart into town to collect your reward, because Comfort Maker Comfort Rewards from your participating dealer will net you a 5-year extended parts and labor warranty for free when you buy a qualified Comfort Maker heating and cooling system. Claim your reward at ST's Heating and Air Conditioning, 404-361-6560. Regular maintenance checks not included. Comfort Maker Comfort Rewards. Claim yours today.
Listen up, gang, because I'm going to tell you how to get the greenest lawn in your neighborhood. It's with Limelight from my friends at Georgia Marble, who understand our southern soil and know you got to have lime on that lawn to get that rich, full lawn that you want. Limelight from the folks at Georgia Marble. You stop by your favorite hardware store or nursery and pick some up. Ask for it by name. It is Limelight from my buddies at Georgia Marble Company.
Joining us from Indianapolis, former Georgia Bulldog and current Colts offensive lineman Adam Meadows. Adam, how are you this afternoon?
All right, guys. How y'all doing? I think the biggest thing about us this year is, if you could use one word to describe it, it'd be inconsistency. And we only won 3 games, but the games we did win were really exciting.
And including that 41-0 win over the Dolphins.
Sorry about that, Chris.
Yeah, that one hurt.
Sports Talk 960 on News Radio 960, the new WRFC.
Fast Track. St. Mary's Fast Track. When you don't need an emergency center, but do need medical attention. Cuts, sprains, colds, coughs. Those little ailments that can ruin a visit or a weekend. St. Mary's Fast Track. 5 p.m. till midnight weekdays. Weekends and holidays 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. St. Mary's. A hospital and a whole lot more.
Hi, neighbors. This is Ludlow Porch on News Radio 960, the new WRFC. All right, now we're going to talk to my friend Dick in Murphy, North Carolina. Hello, big boy.
Good morning, Ludlow.
How are you, sir?
Fine.
Good.
When I was up in Maryland, I was in a government agency there, and down below they had one of these little stores, like a drugstore, and had candy and all that. You've heard of the candy called Whorehound?
Yeah.
Okay. There's one of the guys that had gone down, and he's standing by the candy rack that you spin around and so on, had all these packages, like 39 cents for 4 ounces or what. And he asked the girl, he says, "You got any Whorehound?" And she says, No, but we got Playboy and Hustler.
Oh. Beyond stupid.
Yeah. It's just limited vocabulary.
Beyond stupid.
I like that one on the coffee, though, that video and fast forward. I love that.
Some funny stuff.
Yeah, I'm drinking some right now, and I already got the Barney Fife Shuffle.
All right. You take care of yourself, partner. I'll talk to you later.
Sure enough.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye now.
Cooper Weight Loss Centers, gang, helping you win the battle of the bulge. Call 770-952-7681 for more information. Let's go to Cleveland, Tennessee, and talk to GB. Hello, GB.
Ludlow.
Hello there, sir.
Yeah. I used to listen to you when you were on that great Welcome South, brother?
Yeah, WSB.
Yeah, my wife used to enjoy when we'd be coming into Atlanta or going away, going to Atlanta, listening to you.
Well, thank you.
This one, in regard to what to do about the snake getting in the bird nest.
Yeah.
I've got a bird feeder in my backyard on a 2-inch pipe.
Uh-huh.
Around that 2-inch pipe, I've got a section of a pipe for a stove. It's about so many inches larger than the pipe I've got my... And you all watch the little squirrel climb up there. He just knows he can get to that feeder. But he goes up under that pipe, and then he backs down and just enjoys trying to figure out how to get up there.
And they don't quit. You can watch one for hours.
Yeah. But either put a piece of stovepipe up around the post, larger than the post, or take a piece of flashing material and make a skirt.
Yeah, I need to do that. That's something I knew about and just hadn't fooled with doing.
But you will just enjoy watching that squirrel figure out how to get around that piece of pipe going up to that bird feeder.
I tell you what I did get one time. I got a thing that looked like a propeller, and you put corn, an ear of corn on each end. It's got a nail in there. And the squirrel will jump on that thing, and of course it turns like a propeller. And they'll hang on and hang on and hang on until it stops, and then they will start again, and round it goes. And you can watch them for hours because they won't quit. If we could ever teach our employees in America how to do that, just not stopping no matter what happens, we could all make a fortune.
Yeah, we would, wouldn't we?
Fun to watch. Squirrels are fun to watch. I never do anything to discourage the squirrels too much because they're as much fun to watch as the birds, I think.
But you can pretty well keep the squirrel and the snake out of the nest.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, bud.
It's enjoyed talking to you.
You take care of yourself. Hope to talk to you again soon.
Yeah.
Be good now.
Good.
1-800-572-8255. Denny, in reading on through this article about the martini classes, I think I have found out why everybody's objecting. Participants in the class are asked to tell their first martini experience, and they're shown how to make the perfect martini to make imbibing a true American art form. Here's the catch. One small martini is offered to participants at the beginning of the class. And then the folks in charge of the whiskey say, continuing education is for fun, enrichment, and it's about meeting people. We have so much fun doing this at taxpayers' expense. They said they didn't say that. Last part was mine. Listen to this now. Continuing education is fun, enrichment, and it's about meeting people. Somehow, that dear heart got this continuing education mixed up with a bar. And I just tell you what, I bet you one ad in the paper, and they could have 500 people in one of those classes just based on the free martini alone. What are we thinking about sometimes? It has nothing to do with drinking or not drinking. It has something to do with when and where and what is proper use of government money. Our number, 1-800-572-8255. We got a good week put together for you this week, and hope you're going to be around with us. We're going to be one day this week, and I don't have it in front of me, we're going to be talking about Medicare and Medicaid and all those things that I have so many questions about that I don't understand a whole lot about. And we're going to have a special guest going to come in here and answer my questions and answer your questions. And I've never been quite sure what both of those things contain or what the difference is. And we're going to find out for me, and we're going to find out for you one day this week. I'll promote that in plenty of time so you can be by your radio with your questions. Our number, 1-800-572-8255. More right after this. Now, if you're over 65 or a Medicare beneficiary and you live in most parts of the Atlanta area, get out your pencils and listen up because this is for you. A Medicare plan called Blue Choice Platinum that gives you more coverage than Medicare and many Medicare supplements combined, and yet cost you not 1 red cent in additional monthly plan premiums. Not a nothing. You just keep paying your Medicare Part B to Uncle Sam. You get 100% hospitalization, $10 primary care doctor visits, $10 prescriptions, up to $500 a year. You're even covered for annual vision visions, and hearing screenings, and the list goes on. And it's all from HMO Georgia, Inc., an independent licensee of the Blue Cross and Blue Shield Association. These are local people who've been around for more than a decade, and I know they will treat you well. Here's the number, 1-800-652-7189, extension 300. That's 1-800-652-7189, extension 300. Call it and get free information on Blue Choice Platinum. All that coverage and no additional plan premiums. To my mind, you can't do better than that. I want you to give them a call.
Want to watch a show about something? You watch this. Biography. It's a whole week of comedians, not just their ridiculous jokes. No, their ridiculous lives. Jerry Seinfeld? Come on. Jim Carrey? He's a liar. Jonathan Winters? Police. And Tim Allen? He couldn't fix a sandwich. A whole week of comedians featuring Jerry Seinfeld? You gotta be kidding.
Tonight, Jerry Seinfeld at 8 Eastern, 9 Pacific, only on A&E. Escape the ordinary.
Logan's Equipment is mowing down the competition with deals on lawnmowers that have never been lower. They're unloading their inventory, and you get all the benefits if you head to Logan's Equipment today. Just make an offer on the best names around. Troy-Bilt, Yazoo, Dixon, Aaron's, and more. They'll even sell some below cost. There's easy financing, and delivery is available. Your grass isn't going to stop growing, so cut yourself a great deal at Logan's Equipment's Lawnmower Liquidation. 1000 Winterville Road, halfway between the airport and Highway 78 in Athens.
I teach. I sew. I babysit. I'm a cook. I'm 21.
Which of these women should get an HIV test?
I sing.
All of them.
I pay the bills.
In fact, all women who are pregnant or may become pregnant someday soon
I'm a clerk.
should get an HIV test.
I'm a nurse.
With new treatments, more than 90% of babies born to HIV-infected women will be HIV-free. 90%. So take the test.
I vote. I act. I'm a mother. I build.
Talk with your doctor or other healthcare professional. Or for more information, make a free confidential call to 1-800-342-AIDS.
I'm single.
Call anytime, day or night, 7 days a week. Remember, call 1-800.
Right. I was just sitting here boogieing, didn't he? I read you some stuff the other day about questions that were asked to the little guys, to the kids in grammar school. I got another list here, kind of cute. This was answered by Jody, 8 years old. The question was, what is the proper age to get married? And 8-year-old Judy said, 84. Because at that age, you don't have to work anymore, and you can spend all your time loving each other. Tom, 5, says, once I'm done with kindergarten, I'm going to find me a wife. When asked, what do people do on a date? Boy, here's a smart 10-year-old. Listen to this one, Denny. A smart 10-year-old. What do people do on a date? On the first date, they just tell each other lies. And that usually gets them interested enough to go for a second date. When is it okay to kiss someone? Jim, 10 years old, answers this one. Jim says, you should never kiss a girl unless you have enough bucks to buy her a big ring and her own VCR. Because she'll want to have videos of the wedding. And this is Kelly, 9. Never kiss in front of other people. It's a big embarrassing thing if anybody sees you. But if nobody sees you, I might be willing to try it with a handsome boy, but just for a few hours. Lynette, 9 years old. The great debate. Is it better to be single or married? And Lynette, 9 years old, says it's better for girls to be single, but not for boys. Boys need someone to clean up after them. something like that should be in the wedding vows. There are a bunch of those, and we'll save those for the days to come. We've had a good time today, and I hope you have. We're going to be right back with you tomorrow and expect you to be here bright as well as early. In the meantime, let me remind you again that Jasper Jeep, no matter where you live, your Jeep dealership is in Jasper, Georgia. Hope you have the opportunity this afternoon to get out and enjoy this weather, and let's hope things can really dry up some. I don't think we realize how much rain we've had till we start walking in an area behind the house or beside the house or somewhere, walking in an area that doesn't get good drainage. Boy, you can still mire up right beside your own house. We have had an awful lot of rain, and I hope it is out of here for at least just a few days. Just give us a little drying. In any event, we'll be right back with you tomorrow. We're going to have a good time, and we expect you to be with us. We kick this thing off bright and early, and who knows what tomorrow holds. We'll check the news and see if there's anything interesting in that. If not, we'll just have some good fun. And happy Mother's Day again to all you mothers out there. Hope you had the best one of your life, and don't forget to tell somebody that you love them, particularly if they are a mama. Right back with you tomorrow between 9 and 10. Whatever else you do today, you find somebody to be nice to.